Alrighty, Capricorn, welcome to the final week of September, September 24th through the 30th. So let's see where we go for you. What are the messages that want to come through for you? This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Welcome if you're brand new here. Heidi ho, neighbor. Welcome in. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's just jump right in. Capricorn. All right. Gratitude. Yup. Gratitude. Oh, I was watching this this is your card, right? A Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Power and wow, jealousy. I saw that one. Oh my goodness, there is something going on here. Someone is jealous of you, or are you jealous of someone else in power? Like, who's in power? Are you feeling like you're in power or you're not in power? There could be something that would mitigate this whole situation is more gratitude. I feel like there's somebody who you're dealing with who may be helping you or something like that, and there's this weird power imbalance, okay? And that can create that feeling of like, damn, I wish I was in a better place, or I wish I was that person or something like that. I don't feel like power and jealousy, that's some pretty loud energy there. So I'm not going to downplay it. But your ruling planet is Saturn, okay? So you're not a delicate flower. I just saw the death card. You're not a delicate flower, my darling. And if you got a lot of Capricorn in you, there's definitely something here about knowing how relationships work in terms of power. And there's a whole school of psychology that is around that philosophy, Adler, that everything is about power. And for you to ignore that, or for you to push it down in yourself, isn't really the thing. It's sort of like, it's time to really take a look at your relationship to power, your relationship to other people, and also this gratitude piece. I feel like gratitude is the tunnel out. All right. So 7 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles here. I feel like things are going to go in a better direction, but learning something new is the key, especially the new idea that wants to come through here. I feel like you're holding on to something very loudly here. All right. And I think this is the confusing part for you, is that you may be disowning your own power, or you may not be completely. This is a shadow aspect. Okay. And yeah, this is a shadow aspect. So what I mean by shadow is it's something that you don't really want to own about yourself. Maybe you do have a lot of power, and maybe there is jealous feelings. Maybe there's all these kinds of feelings inside you that you don't like, because it ain't dainty. It ain't, it's unseemly, as my mother would say. It's not spiritual. Okay, there's something about having the gift of these emotion, or these energies, power and jealousy. There's a gift here. It's showing you who you want to be. It's showing you. So have gratitude for the shadow. Have gratitude for the shadow, because the shadow is saying to you, no, it's not about getting from these other people something that you don't have. It's about like, hey, you want this, you should do it. Saturn's your ruling planet. Oop, you should do it. Don't look to somebody else to I feel like some of you are looking to somebody else because you feel like this is gross. You feel like the exercise of power is gross, and you feel like whenever you're not empowering yourself, then jealousy arises because other people are empowering themselves, or something like that. So this is a lesson to learn. And I do feel like you have Once you learn this, once you release and let go of this lesson, I do feel like lots of good things happen because you step into your power more. And the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, there's like a long-term partner coming. I've seen that for a couple of the signs. Okay. Yes, look at this. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Eight of Cups. You just turn your back on competition. You don't like to even think about competition. And I feel like, okay. And you know, everybody, I feel like the more spiritual view does have something to do with, we're not competing with each other. We're all helping each other, especially in the spiritual world. But I feel like you've turned your back on an opportunity because there may be competition. Like you want to subsume that. You don't want to. That's the second time that word showed up today. Subsume. SAT word. It feels unseemly to you. You may have gotten trouble, you know, with this in the past, like being too dynamic, too powerful, or you don't like yourself when power is part of the equation, something like that. The Hanged Man, there you are, right in the middle. Devil energy and the Judgment. Are you going to drag an old you along, or are you going to surrender to that, that Mars, that Saturn, surrender to that Pluto energy, whatever it is? It just feels like can be malefic. It can be malefic if it's not channeled in a healthy way. Just shoving it down is like a beach ball underwater. That's not the same thing as working with your own feelings of power and jealousy. It's very important to do that. The Knight of Wands, the Justice card, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're dealing with a Libra or a Sag. I feel like this person knows it. The person has the Ace of Swords. There's an opportunity that you may have walked away from, or someone's walking away from you in this opportunity because you're holding on too tight and not being yourself. Now, this is part of what we're learning in spiritual life, is that all pieces of ourself are holy? No, all pieces of ourself are welcome. Because when you kind of, I'm not saying that you're pretending to be some like holier than thou spiritual person. Some of you might be doing that, but I really feel like for those of you who this reading is designed for, it's really to help you get balanced and get real about feelings of when I have power and when I don't have power. How do I behave? Am I giving away my power? Am I then jealous of other people who aren't doing that? You know, this is really like the lesson of your life right now. And you may be dealing with someone who's a Libra, like I said, or a Sag, and they may know this. They may be helping you see this. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. All the Ace of Cups is missing. So there's something here about new ideas, new beginnings, and there's a different way of walking this path. It's the surrendered path. You're surrendering to these feelings of power and jealousy and not letting them overwhelm you, or not letting them make you feel like a bad person, or not letting you feel like you can't do what you want. Power is everything in moderation, right? Which is Libra's mantra, everything in moderation. So in order to not give away your power, you do have to step into your power, and you do have to assert your own power. You do have to engage with the world that we live in. I feel like some of you, it's about money. And I just feel like there's a learned balance of understanding how power works. Like I said, Adler is a psychological theory that everything is about power. All of our relationships are about power. And I'm going to clarify this Five of Wands here. Two of Cups, Emperor. Oh yeah, King of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. So in the past, if you have had a love relationship, especially, or a partnership, right? Seventh house is the house in our astrology. Take a look at your seventh house. Seventh house in our astrology is the house of where we deal with people on equal terms. Meaning, I still have power and you have power. And one does not dynamically oppose the other because they complement each other. And when they don't, we work through it. Now, if this is you internally saying money is something I can't go after because that feels dirty to me, or that feels like I'm misusing my power. I feel like I'm sort of so embracing this kind of low vibration about money. If you believe that about yourself, then that's what you believe about money, and maybe that's why money is not here, or something like that. Or that's why money is a new thing, or you can't do it, you can't go for it. No, no, no. This is not who I am. My job here is harmony and peace and all of that. However, I'm here to say to you, and this is what we're going to be doing in the Spiritual Business Class 2023 version of Operation Launch, is we are really going to be moving beyond the blocks we have about money as it relates to creating our work in the world, because that is the single most common reason that people cannot put their gifts into the world, is that they don't do the exchange, the even exchange. They don't understand the law of even exchange. They think it's somehow not part of your path on this planet. It is a big lesson for Capricorn to learn to use money as an energy, as a resource, instead of it being proof of my proof of my dominance over you. If money is proof of my dominance over you, that is shadow. Okay? If money is a resource for me to grow and build and help people and stuff like that, that's different energy. Which are you? Because if you believe that it's unseemly for a spiritual person to be dealing with money, even as a resource, then you're going to be hamstrung and you won't be able to help anybody, because you're going to be spending the whole time worrying about keeping a roof over your head. And you're not really focused on anybody else but yourself at that point. So there's a trap here about releasing ourselves to the world. Okay, Capricorn, Saturn, Mars, I hate to tell you this, but Saturn is a malefic planet. All right, Saturn is a malefic planet. And essentially what Saturn makes sure of is that you do the work. Okay, so you're going to be, you're being asked in this lifetime to surrender to the work. And one of the things that you need to surrender to, and not drag along with you into the future, is how do you feel about power and money in this life? This is about power. This is about your own assertion of your own power. And if you don't do it, jealousy, because jealousy is also a very low vibration thing. So if you're not asserting your power and you feeling this way, then whatever combinations or whatever partnerships you do are brought down by that, because it's not authentic. It's something that's really part of the planetary energy that you have. Now, you may, you may be a rising Sag, or you may have a different rising sign, in which case the planet that rules that rising sign rules your whole chart. So you may actually be born during the day, in which Saturn is kind of mitigated, right? Saturn is much more malefic for people who are born from midnight, or from dusk until dawn. It's much more malefic for those of us who are born overnight versus those of us who are born during the day. Mars is much more malefic for those of the people who are born during the day. So you may, even as a Capricorn, whether you're Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you may have a different relationship to Saturn than some of the other Capricorns that are around you. But in this particular reading, power is the central key to either not letting go of your power, not giving away your power, learning to work with power. Okay, learning to work with power. I feel like you're dealing with someone who is either a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or a Libra. This is the lesson they're teaching you. Okay, so let's continue on. We'll see where we go, Capricorn. I will take a look at the energies around you, give you some sense of the next 30 days, and we'll see where we go. Link is below. We'll see you over there.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.